starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
go. Hey, well, wow, we got a lot to talk about today, don't we, Ethan?
Yeah, Lou, we do. It never ceases to amaze me what the sporting world and news around Cleveland, Ohio, etc. will give us. It's just a gift that keeps on giving.
It's a whole new level of dumb fuckery.
That's
Can we
putting
ju-
it very nicely, Lou. Quite frankly, I'm gonna have to say that's just putting it very nicely.
Oh yeah, guys, thank you for joining us. This is the Burning River Browns Talk on the Fanatical Elves Network, a subsidiary of the Fans First Sports Network. Please click on the link to the show, sponsor of the show, Hemisphere Coffee Roasters. Order up some coffee. Click on the link. Tell them Lou sent you. Ethan at egreen4325. I'm Lou Marconi at omarconi251 on Instagram, at omarconi1973 on X. Well, it used to be called Twitter because it was filled with twits, but that hasn't changed. So
Well, no, it hasn't. Is that like are they now nitwits?
they're nitwits. Yes, they're nitwits.
Twits
So
are they?
yeah, Sherry, don't worry. Sherry, she's not feeling well, but she'll be back next week. We fully expect her to be back and recover. All the thoughts and prayers go out to her. She's doing fine. I talked to her. Ethan, thank you so much for filling in at the last minute. I really
Absolutely,
appreciate
never a
you
problem.
doing this. Hey, man, guys, thanks for joining us. Always, we appreciate you. Let's just get the break out of the way right now, and then we can just take it from there. So let's go ahead and get this break out of the way, and we'll pause for a word from our sponsors. How about them sponsors? Go out and buy some of those products. All right. Thank you. All right. Let's get down to
Can
it.
I please get some MeUndies?
Get you some MeUndies. Yeah, I got my Superman underoos. I outgrew them. Dude, no, seriously. Let's go. This decision came down today with Michigan. We were talking about this before. So essentially, this is people like the Michigan fans that are taking a victory lap. You people are stupid. You realize you were basically found guilty of cheating. The evidence was there that you cheated. It was there. The thing is, the NCAA said, "Yeah, we're not going to punish you." Essentially, we just got to what's that?
Right.
What's that? Slap on the wrist. That's all you got. And other schools that it affected are completely dumbfounded and upset. In 2011, Ohio State had a postseason ban for tattoos. You couldn't even get a postseason ban for cheating, and it's stealing, not cooperating, stealing signals. You knew what you were doing. You all did, and you're all cheaters. That hasn't changed. That has not changed. The only thing that changed is that you get to keep your little natty, the one that ill-gotten gains. Ours, yeah, we spent money to get it, but that was the rules.
Bingo.
Yeah, that was the rules. Like the Yankees in the 90s when they won their World Series, are they going to give those back because they spent more than the Kansas City Chiefs or anybody else? No.
No, absolutely not. I mean, again, the issue I'm having, and first of all, thank you for having me on, Lou. I'm glad to be here. Glad I could fill in for Sherry.
I'm glad you're here. Thank
And
you.
it's a pleasure as always. Thank you very much for everybody who is tuning in here to Burning River Browns Talk, part of the Fanatical Elves Network.
We also have Browns news to cover. We got a preseason game tomorrow. We got the joint practices, but we're going to talk Quinshon Judkins and Isaiah Bonds.
Exactly. And Mike over in the UK, thank you as always for tuning in with us here.
I'm missing the comments here. I'm sorry.
That's all
Go
right.
ahead.
But thank you for watching I'm sure you're busy watching the Guardians game. I know you were probably excited to see Matt Festa out there as per the usual. But anyway, so
You can't even go one day without some BS. There you go.
yeah, exactly. So the fact of the matter is that
Yep, it is a disgrace, Mike. Thank you.
the NCAA has had enough to say we know that you committed wrongly, you violated rules, and there should be there is a punishment. Whether the punishment that they're doling out now is appropriate, or it seems, as we were talking earlier, we have seen harsher penalties for lesser crimes.
Yes.
And so in this instance, it just seems like they certainly could have taken the steps to vacate wins, because at the end of the day, They violated these rules with the goal to gain an advantage over their opponents, and we don't know how much of an advantage they actually gained. But
A lot of evidence was destroyed.
Right, and there it is. And I've had people yell. I tried to respond to some folks about that because they're like, "Where's the evidence?" I said, "Oh, you mean the evidence that they destroyed?"
That was in the bottom of a lake that thought Connor Stallion smashed into 1,000 pieces and threw in the bottom of a lake.
Yeah, and they tried to say, "Oh, well, there were 50 emails and there was nothing in there." I'm like, "All right, what?" I stopped. I had to stop engaging because I was gonna get angry. And and the fact of the matter is, I basically am like, "All right, it is what it is. Let's move on. I'll see you in November. I'll see you
see you in November, Michigan. That's it. Yeah, and may the better team win. And yeah, let's just do that. Let's just do it that way because honestly, that's what they think that you can do as an Ohio State Buckeye and as an Ohio State Buckeyes fan, as a Michigan State person, as a Tennessee Volunteers, because there's other schools that are really bad that were affected by this. Not just Ohio State. It wasn't just Buckeye Nation. Okay, and guys, you cheated. It's there. It's documented. You cheated.
Yep, and that's the bottom line. And so don't tell me, and someone tried to respond to me, signal stealing is not cheating. I said, wait a second. This is not about sign stealing. This is about doing in-person, not scouting.
Recording. They recorded it.
Recording, scouting. You violated rules. It's not a matter of I am decoding your signals. You know, was it cheating? Like when the Houston Astros were banging on a trash can? Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, don't give me this crap. You know exactly what they say, and people try to come up with this alternative.
Wasn't it Altuve? They couldn't let his shirt.
Yes.
Open because he had
Yeah. People try to come up with alternative facts and try to avoid the fact, what the real facts of the case are. And at the end of the day, there's enough there. I don't know why the NCAA didn't do anything more, but the fact.
You think they were paid off?
I don't think they were paid off. I just think they're powerless. They're powerless at this juncture.
It didn't stop them before. I mean, there's other.
But things have changed. Things have changed. I mean,
level 1 aggravated failure to monitor requires a postseason ban. It's in their bylaws.
I agree. Now, let me ask you this, Lou, and this is like a theoretical or hypothetical question because I'm not a lawyer. I don't know how these things work.
Neither am I.
You're not. Did you stay at a Holiday Inn Express anytime recently?
Well, I can't go into detail.
Okay. No, but Michigan is appealing this.
Yeah. I saw that.
Are you kidding me?
Go ahead. Make it worse.
Right. So is it possible that, in fact, by appealing it, is there any way possible that they could hand down a harsher punishment?
I don't know.
I'd love to know.
I would love to know. If anybody knows out there, put in the comments.
Yeah, if there's any potential that upon appeal, somebody could say, you know what? Actually, this is way worse, and we're going to give you a harsher penalty than what this committee decided to give you.
I told you this, and I'll say it just like this. Everybody knew in 1995 O.J. Simpson was guilty.
Yes.
Everybody knew he was, okay? And people that celebrated his acquittal, you look like Michigan. That's what Michigan fans look like now.
Right.
Essentially.
Yeah, you're getting away with something.
Did he end up in jail eventually?
Yep. Yes, he did. I mean, like, it's so funny how those career criminals, like, something gets, was it Al Capone? He got tax evasion.
Something will get you. You keep going. Sooner, was it like Johnny Cash song? Sooner or later, God is going to cut you down.
Crazy. It's just crazy how that happens. I mean, I guess it's, I don't know, not karma, maybe I don't know.
You want divine justice, whatever you want to call it.
There it is. That's a good one. So at the end of the day, it's just crazy, and
it's insane. And speaking of insane, let's segue into this.
Yes.
Two new Browns players. One, I don't think Judkins signed his contract yet, but we signed Isaiah Bond.
Have we signed him yet? That's
what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that we have. I don't know the details of the deal, but they've agreed in principle.
Okay.
At the very least. And Isaiah Bond was maybe projected to be a late second, early third round pick or something like that.
Something along those lines. And he ran a 4.3940. And just as an FYI, Lou, in case as of 2 hours.
But he's only like 5'9", I think. He's not that tall.
Yeah, that's all right.
5'11".
Hey, look, remember that year, the first year under Pettin, when we had Taylor Gabriel and Andrew
Yeah.
Hawkins. So we had those mini receivers.
Go ahead, keep talking. I'm gonna look up his measurements. But go
But
ahead.
as of 2 hours ago, Mary Kay Cabot had just posted that Texas wide receiver Isaiah Bond will fly to Cleveland on Saturday night. Source tells Cleveland.com, and will likely be signed by Sunday. No one is expecting NFL discipline after his charges were dropped. So that's good news, because that was going to be one of our next questions was
Yes.
what may happen in the case of Bond and in the case of Judkins, since there will be no criminal charges against these individuals.
Okay, according to Wikipedia, he's 5'11", 180 pounds.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. That's fine.
fine.
That's fine. That's fine. I'd prefer him to be maybe 200, 6'1", but that's fine. That's fine. I mean,
what are Tyreek Hill's numbers? Are you able to, what are his stats?
I mean his measurements, I'm sure, but he could be. Well, what Andrew Berry saw was value, and you're getting this guy's an undrafted free agent, a second or third round talent. Absolutely. I'm not going to say her name. A colleague, a friend, and a colleague that also podcasts too, was talking about, because I guess there's more stories about this accuser of Isaiah Bond.
Really?
That she was trying to extort him $5,000.
Yes. There were some posts about these things today.
Yeah.
And it's nuts. Just as an FYI, I'm looking it up according to the internet.
Tyreek
Hill is 5'10", 185.
Okay.
Now he runs I think he ran a 4.29 40. Isaiah Bond ran a 4.39 40.
Hey.
But can you imagine if we can get, you think about what Andrew Berry liked about Anthony Schwartz in the third round out of Auburn.
Speed.
Speed. We needed a speed receiver to stretch the defense. Can you imagine if this guy turns out to be a great receiver, what kind of a steal that would be? And I know people want to crap on the Browns. Oh, yeah. Great. You signed another one with problems. Great job. Come on, man.
Well, the thing is, we live in a new era and day and age. Hang on a second. Let me see. Mike, I got Mike. I'm late on this. Can other teams who were in the wrong side of the appeal?
Back to the Ohio State thing.
I think. I don't know. Mike. If I knew, I'd tell you. And he's right. He gave me Tyreek Hill stats. Thank you. Right.
Yeah.
5'10", about 190. Okay. Yeah, we're about there. Yeah, he's about there. Okay, we're about the same. So, okay. That was back to the Ohio State. So thanks. I got to stay on the comments. I'm so focused on this. We live in a day and age now where there's a lot of female accusers. A lot of people are accusing people of things that really aren't panning out.
Right.
More often than not, and it goes all the way back to Duke Lacrosse. But the Trevor Bauer was a big one. The punter that was drafted by Buffalo.
Matt Ariza.
Yeah, that one. And then there was, I'm trying to think.
Well, we were just talking about it, actually, Heather and I, Garyon Conley.
Yes. Yeah, there's another one. Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of things out there. And hey, Brian. Thanks, brother. Thanks, Brian. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. So there's so many of them. And you're just kind of like, if you're a young man today, I mean, I'm 52, married with kids. I'm not going to be out and about clubbing. And really, I drive a 2020 Dodge Ram. I'm not pulling up in a brand new BMW flashing cash. So I'm just not, it's different. It's different. So you got to remember, how can I say this? And not that there's people out there that are going to try to prey on your wealth.
Right. And I think that one of the things is, first of all, I don't want it's kind of a multifaceted issue. One is that because you see cases like this come out, it then starts people thinking, oh, this person's a liar, or that person's a liar. And
I'm about to get to that. Yeah.
It's really bad. It's a bad scene because there are a lot of people. There's bad people out there doing bad things to others. And I don't ever want to doubt a person who says, "Hey, this happened.
To me." Yeah,
I don't ever want to know or think that that's happening. For-
That's what my colleague was saying was this
right.
mixed what upset her the
Yes.
most was
Yes.
because of women like this, real victims aren't believed.
Right. It's
That's the most egregious thing about it. But go ahead, Ethan.
yeah.
Continue.
No, you're that's right to the point there. And
Mhm.
I think for these knowing all of this, right? I think that the young athletes, um, it's hard, but I guess you have to be very, very careful, and you have to. I know we were all young once. We all did things that maybe weren't the brightest ideas, or
Oh,
put ourselves in.
I've got stories, but I can't tell them on the air. So
Yeah, mine aren't nearly as spicy, but I probably shouldn't talk about it either. But yeah, you can't put yourself in a bad spot and with the potential for these things to happen. It's
oh
like
my God.
we're not even talking with we're talking not only about with other company you're in. Talk about we're talking about all these athletes. We're talking about Miles Garrett and speeding tickets. We're talking about Sanders and other people and they're driving him. Why don't you get a driver? You could take some of these things out of
Yeah.
equation.
Get Morgan Freeman to dry you. Come on.
I think so. Hey, he probably would drive. I mean, but at the end of the day, it's just kind of messed up, and then you get the all of the again. This goes back to people having these platforms, social media that they didn't have back in the day, to be able to comment about all these things and spread um, things that are not exactly well informed or not true, and it confuses things for people, and that's an issue in and of itself with all these things we're talking about. Um, Now the next question, Lou. I mean, these are it's crazy what we've got going on here. Yesterday afternoon, that was absolutely nuts. But like, according to what I just read, the Mary Kay quote or post on Twitter, it doesn't sound like he's going to face any NFL discipline. I guess under the personal conduct policy. The question will be,
Mhm.
what about Quinshon Judkins? As far as we know, right now he is still not signed.
He's still not signed, but he's not going to face any criminal charges.
Right, no criminal charges, but if the NFL continues to investigate, which they have the
They're
right to
they're
do,
going to. They're probably going to. Yeah.
if they have anything, it doesn't have to be beyond a reasonable doubt. This is not the criminal level of
Proof.
proof
Or
necessary.
Mhm.
They just need enough for them to say, we think you've done something wrong, and it's within our power to levy a punishment of some sort. So it's quite possible, maybe, but again, these stories, and and it's going to depend on if the victim, the alleged victim, cooperates. So who
Mm.
knows? Because remember, at the beginning of last season, there was an additional new accuser against Deshaun Watson,
Yeah.
but
She
then
got paid off.
right, and then you wouldn't cooperate with the league. So,
Yeah.
th- th-
She
I'm
was just getting her money. She was just trying to get her money.
and
Yeah.
that attorney down there, what a swarthy.
Scumbag. He tried to do the same stuff to Jay-Z and Jay-Z, or was
Yes.
it? And he told him to go F himself. He basically told him that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a quick news. I don't know if anybody knows this. Starting quarterback for the Buckeyes against Texas in 2 weeks from tomorrow is Julian Sand. I'm sure it's been on Twitter, but I just thought it would be helpful to announce it.
I think that's great news. I know there was a
Mhm.
lot of discussion. I'll be honest. With all of that discussion, I found it a bit comforting. I watched Mekadon posted that he had been down at practice the other day, and his post talked about how Sand looked out there. I felt a lot better, and like that was going to be the decision. So I am hoping that in fact he turns out to be pretty darn good. He's certainly highly recruited, but he's young. This will be his first big test, and I mean to come out against Texas is huge. Steve Sarkisian is no slouch. Texas is no slouch. But again, Arch Manning, he's unproven. Other than the name on his back, on the back of his jersey, we wouldn't be necessarily saying all these things if that weren't the case. He's got a lot to prove out there, but I am looking forward to that ball game in what is it? What day is today? The 15th. So,
Today's the 15th.
15 days from now.
15 days. Yep. 2 weeks from tomorrow.
So,
Yep. It'll be the
anyway.
opener. But let's go back to Judkins. According to the statement from the police, why they wouldn't, the prosecutors would not pursue this, was there's there's validity to both sides of the
Yes.
story, and supposedly they were in an argument. She got physical. She started hitting him. He's driving and hitting her back in defense. That's what he claims. And she's claiming injuries. She took the pictures herself of these said injuries, but there's closed circuit video from the hotels around the time that happened that doesn't show the injuries.
Right.
But
And
we don't know the quality of the video. We
But
don't know the quality of the video. Yeah.
and so
I'm
you
just saying what's in the reports.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So let me ask you this, Lou. Do you think there's possibility? I'm just throwing it out there.
Mm-hmm.
People can do what they want with it. Is there any possibility some favors were called in? Do you think that there could have been anyone in Fort Lauderdale investigating this that might have turned a blind eye or
I don't know.
outplay? I don't know. I really
It
don't.
took her 4 days to report it.
It did. Yeah, 4 plus, almost 5, and they're like you had ample, and that was the other part of it. They
And
said
she
"Look,"
stayed with him. If she felt she was in danger, why did she leave? Why
Right.
didn't she leave? Why didn't she go away?
and she had times where he was not there. She was alone and could have reported it at such time, but she claimed that she didn't feel safe doing it. It wasn't until her brother.
She
You
could
know,
have. She could have left. She could have went to the hotel staff. She could have.
yes,
There's lots of people.
yes,
There's a lot of really iffy things about the story. But sometimes when you're a victim of something, psychologically it might be different. But
it may be, and I don't know.
yeah, I don't know either. But
Thankfully, I don't know, and I don't know why I keep picking up my pink highlighter. I really need.
it's all right. You
You know, I feel
you,
like
you have things to highlight. It's okay.
I normally do during the workday, and this is my workspace. I feel like Bob Dole here. I feel like Bob Dole here. This is Bob Dole's pencil. I'm going to be talking to you. This is Bob Dole. Um, probably some of our audience might not be old enough to know who Bob Dole is.
Ah.
That's how
He was a
old we are.
presidential candidate in '96. He lost to Bill
How,
Clinton.
yeah, how long was he? I mean, he was in government for so long.
Too long, like a lot of them. They overstay their welcome for a very
Oh
long
yeah, I'm
time.
sure we could come up with some real winners out there. They're beautiful. I love those guys. Anyway, all right. So we won't
Yeah,
go
yeah,
down that
yeah,
rabbit
yeah.
hole. Hey-oh.
Anyway, but so really the Quinshon Judkins thing. So it paves the way for him to sign. Then the league can investigate and impose discipline at any time if they decide to see if they find anything. So it all depends on what the investigation is and what the evidence says. I mean, that's really what it is. But it sounds like Isaiah Bond is pretty much in the clear.
That's what it sounds like to me. And
Yeah,
there
but
hasn't been.
Judkins not so. Judkins still subject to league discipline.
But
Absolutely.
that doesn't. It's. Yeah. whew. I am really going to be
He's not in the clear from the league yet. Nobody's
No,
saying anything.
right. I'll be really curious to see how this all plays out. Now, the question that was being tossed around yesterday, and the discussion is, all right, what's the timeline here for him to get in here and sign a contract and then make his way onto the field? And one other point to discuss here, what kind of leverage does he have in this contract discussion? Did he lose all leverage
I think he
when
did.
the crap hit the fan?
I think he did.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
think he did.
I
but
agree.
I think you just sign your contract, get your butt into camp, and start proving yourself.
Exactly. All right. Now,
ASAP. ASAP. That's me, but I don't know what he's thinking.
well, right. I really would hope that in the meantime, as all this crap was going on, either right before or during, that maybe there were still conversations with his agent, with Quinshon's agent. Kind of, I'm sure they had to be in some sort of communication. I wonder if there was any discussion about numbers or not. I really don't know. Okay.
Okay, good, Mike. Yeah, Bond. Yeah,
I was
yeah.
looking at it too. I got to be honest. I was like, whoa, this guy's good. But
Yeah, he's definitely second or third round talent. If he was maybe 2 inches taller, he'd been in the first round, maybe. But yeah, big receiving target. But he's fast. I mean, he's definitely there's value to this pickup. Absolutely. So just like the value of the Sanders pick. But go ahead. If I don't have any inside information on if and when he gets here, but I think it's going to happen quick when it
it
does.
should. I mean, if it would
Yeah.
behoove him that basically, I would say that guy needs to be here by the end of the weekend. If you want to have any chance to get even to sniff the field by week 1, you need to get here now.
Yeah, we're going to need him because
Oh, absolutely going
a
to
lot
need.
of our offense is going to be predicated on being able to run the ball
Yep,
and
exactly.
our offensive line play. Yeah, and play action. Let me kind of ask you this.
Okay.
You've heard reports. We're going to pivot and go to the
Okay.
Eagles joint practices now.
Yes.
What are you hearing? What is your take on the reports that you heard from the Eagles, Browns Eagles joint practices? Because I got something I want to ask you too, but go ahead, give me your take because there's something else.
Okay. Well, I guess my takeaway. So basically, day one, neither team's offense looked very good at all. Day two, it wasn't. The Browns got a little bit rolling in some red zone stuff, but what the big takeaway was from the Eagles is how good the Browns defense was playing.
Yeah,
And that was what I took away from it.
yeah. No one could. Yeah, you're talking about a Pro Bowl left tackle the Eagles have, and he's one of the best in the league. And Miles was in there every time.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just crazy. And hopefully that's a sign of things to come. But if the
Me too.
Browns offense isn't
Ki-
improved and can't sustain drives, then that's a problem. But I feel like with Flacco in there, we're going to be at least decent on offense.
Productive. Let's just call it productive.
We will move the ball for sure. I really have no doubt about that.
We
And
just need to avoid turning it over.
right, and that's
Yeah.
the give and take with this quarterback. We'll see.
Well, did you remember any reports last year against the Vikings that we dominated them at all? I don't remember that.
I feel
Somebody said that, and I was like, I don't remember hearing those reports about the
I
joint practice with the
actually
Vikings.
let me say this. I think there was at least one day that they had a really, really good day. And I was talking to Emmett. Emmett Golden came on the Best Dog On podcast.
That was last year against the Vikings.
Right.
Okay.
Talking last year's training camp, right? So when Emmett was on the Best Doggone podcast in the land, he was saying that basically, maybe they were wondering at that point, did the defense look good? Now, I know that we're talking about joint practice, but overall, they're like, wow, this defense looks great. Well, it's like, was the defense great because the offense sucked? And so it's kind of an interesting thing. And maybe they were, because of the pitiful offense, they look so much better. Now, I know you're speaking specifically of the joint practice, but I do believe and recall maybe there was one day that the Browns got the better of the Vikings, but overall, I mean, do you remember the preseason game? We got
cooked
Oh,
in the preseason. It was
horrible.
we couldn't do anything. But at least that's what impressed me last Friday night. We were all here. We watched it live. We saw a team that was physically ready to play.
Yes, that is exactly right.
And that's the thing I've been hearing about practices and training camp this year was that it was more physical. They're getting guys ready to play game 1, September 7th, 1:00 kickoff. This team wasn't ready last year.
Oh no, they absolutely weren't. It was that country club training camp for the second year in a row at
Yeah,
Green.
that shit stopped this year, it looks like.
I think that might have also partially been because possibly other teams wanted to stay there. I don't know, but I'm glad they changed it up. Whatever it is, wherever they went to practice, they need to ramp it up, and it's been great that
Mike said if we have 20 plus points in a game, we got a chance of winning. Of course, with this defense, yeah.
Yep, that's right on point. No,
I think an average NFL offense can score 21 points a game.
Right.
Average.
Yeah, and you should be able to do that. I think that the possibilities are all there for the Browns.
Yeah, if you rush the ball for 100 yards and don't turn the ball over, you have an 80% chance of winning. 0 turnovers, reduced penalties compared to last year's. Oh, yeah, that's true, too. Yeah, the penalties, the negative plays, that killed us. That killed us on offense. Oh.
The majority of the penalties, actually, in last Friday's game came in the fourth quarter with the third and fourth string.
And I remember you were getting mad. You were getting frustrated.
George was getting upset.
Yes.
George was getting upset.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you because I remember last year's joint practice reports and last year's preseason and practice. Like, something's wrong here. This isn't right. This offense seems off. And we were I was one of those people kidding myself, and I'll admit it, I was wrong. Oh, it's just a preseason. Oh, it's just practice. It's just training camp. Blah blah blah. Let's see what happens when the games count. Well, I was sitting there against Dallas last year.
Oh, that was horrible.
And it was just next thing you know, it's like we drove, we kicked a field goal early. All right, cool, we got a field goal. All right. Then we couldn't do shit.
Nope.
We couldn't do shit.
I'm
the turnovers.
I'm trying
It
to.
was a horrible season. That was last year. The other thing too, I thought was interesting. The day that at the end of that, the second joint practice when the Browns were said, "Oh, they dominated. The defense looked great. The defensive line was dominating and off the Phillies' offensive line," which is a good sign to me because I think the Bengals don't have a good offensive line.
No, they don't. I'm
Neither does Pittsburgh.
right, and they're
Their weakness and against our strength will help. We have some holes in the secondary. We do. We have we have issues with the quarterback and you got young running backs. But I think if our offensive line can be good and hold up and we can run the ball with a good with if Flacco can be effective, we can have a decent offense.
yes, exactly. So think about it this way as well.
That's
Lou.
just me being a fan probably talking, but go ahead.
Honest to goodness, if this is not predicated, we're going to predicate this on if the offensive line can go back to being effective, right? That means the running game, you can do well with pretty much about anybody. Think about how we were, again, we may have talked about this last week or on
Eagles. I swear, Eagles O line's top. Yeah, the Eagles, and our offense was going up against the best defense in the league. The Eagles had the best defense as well as the top O line.
Exactly.
You're right, Mike.
Exactly. So if we predicate this on the offensive line playing well, we've seen under Kevin Stefanski that this system can work with running backs who are not future Hall of Famers.
Right.
So
Right.
I feel like if they've got that going on with the tight ends, clearly not only having Njoku, but also having Harold Bannon, those are two fantastic players, amazingly talented tight ends, and they're going to be an asset. And you know that Stefanski is going to do that. Now the question is going to be, I think the biggest thing on offense is, I guess, if quarterback is issue 1, wide receiver is issue 1A.
Yeah, at least. Yeah.
And now, I mean, it's clearly Judy, and I suppose Tillman and Deontay Johnson. Is that it?
Well, we just brought in Isaiah Bond. So.
Right, and that I was going to go there. So now we bring in Isaiah Bond, and in theory, you add that to this offense. I like the possibilities.
And if Judkins can come in and be productive,
sure. I think the whole running back crew can be very productive, but certainly the better the running back, the better it's going to be. You know, you open up a hole, or they can see the hole and bounce through it. That skill level is going to make a 3-yard gain, a 7, 8, 10-yard gain, get past the first level. So I'm good. I'm good with that.
Well, Tony Grossi said this.
Okay.
On the Daily Grossi right after the second day of joint practices with the Eagles, which took me back, surprising, because Tony's very rarely does he talk high of the Browns. Okay.
No, not normally.
Not normally. He's a critic, which is he's fine. You know, hey, he's entitled to do whatever he wants. I met him a couple times. He's been cool with me.
I've had some great conversations with him over.
Him and I've talked football with him when I worked at WKYC and he was on.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I mean,
we're
just talking about
him and I. We were just shooting the shit about defenses and stuff. 3-4 versus 4-3. This is what I was talking. This is the thing.
Okay.
He said the national people believe that the Cleveland Browns have the worst roster in the NFL. I didn't see that out there today.
No.
I'm not seeing it in training camp. I don't know where they're getting that from.
Right.
It's just not honest. And I'm not saying that we're going to be a playoff team. I'm not saying, but I'm confident in saying that the Browns pick is not going to be the first overall pick in the draft. I'm
right there with you.
But he also said too, your record's more indicate because you can have injuries and luck can dictate your record.
Yes.
So I'm not going to sit there and say we're going to win 12 games. I'm not saying that. I have a 7-9 win round there. Win prediction 7-9 wins. They're not going to just win 3 games. This is going to be a better team than what we had last year. They're already better prepared. They look better in the preseason. I'm gonna wait. I can't wait to see what I see tomorrow. But I don't see this. That's why it bothers me when other people shit on the team that are from here. You cover this team. You're seeing this.
Right. And I think there's one thing. And now, it's difficult. I I get.
Brother, what's wrong with you, man? Not you, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's the reporters here and what they see, and then versus the national headlines. It's absolutely crazy. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to make of it sometimes. And I actually appreciate the honesty. Don't sugarcoat it
Yeah.
and give me something like you're being paid a paid spokesperson. I'll take the honest opinion. It may suck because it sounds so negative all the time,
Hmm.
but I'd rather that than somebody come up with some BS and try and make, oh, it's going to be great, and it's not even.
No. I'm not doing this whole we're going to win 12. I'm not saying that, but
Right,
we're
right.
not the worst team in the NFL. I
No,
mean, did you watch the Saints play in the preseason? They looked horrendous.
yeah.
That Tyler Shook, and he's terrible. Theo Rattler is their starting quarterback. I mean, is it Theo Rattler?
Yeah, I think you know what. There was a Theo Ratliff NBA player, but
No. There's a Rattler. What's the guy's name? Rattler.
No. It's Spencer. His name is Spencer. Spencer
Spencer.
Rattler.
Yeah, I call him Theo.
Well, either way, that's why I was saying Theo Rattler. It's all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Saints are very bad. I'm not even so sure. I feel like the Giants certainly. The quarterback room, Russ Wilson. They've got should be sufficient there.
Yeah,
And Malik-
Mike, we're agreeing with you on the roster, but go ahead.
yeah,
Put it up.
but
Mhm.
you know, Malik Neighbors, and they've got an all right team, but you know,
Yeah, their quarterback situation's horrendous.
it's not good because I know although Jackson Dart had a pretty good week
The
one
Saints?
season. No,
Are you talking about the Giants? Oh, you're talking about the Giants.
I moved on to the Giants. I was saying the Saints are no good, the Giants are no good, but the Jackson Dart had a pretty decent thing first week of the preseason. But yeah, no, New Orleans quarterback room is horrific. That's a disgrace.
And they could have drafted Sanders.
Yeah,
They could have drafted Shador. And they drafted that Tyler Shook, and it's just like that's
I have big question marks about that. But you know,
yeah. I'm glad we got him because we got value with that 5th round pick with him.
yeah, no, that absolutely. So
Sorry. I was a little bit. I'm trying to scan to see if there's any news coming in about Quinshawn, but I'm just not seeing much of anything else yet. Okay, tomorrow's preseason game.
okay,
What it looks like Dylan Gabriel's going to start. Shador's been ruled out because of the oblique injury.
okay.
And let me just ask. I mean, it looks. I don't think any starters are playing for either team.
No, I don't believe so. It sounds as if there is a plan that some starters may play in the third preseason game on the 23rd, taking on the Rams.
I will be there.
All right, I want full reports.
Yeah, I'll be there. No, I'll be there. I'll be there. I believe Sherry's going to.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a 1 o'clock in the afternoon Saturday, and it's going to be. I'm looking forward. I am looking forward to just sitting there and just watching the football game and just saying, hey, I want to see good, productive football. Last year's preseason sucked. How bad we were.
And you couldn't believe it.
They can have Pickett or Gabriel. Yeah, okay. We're talking about trading Pickett and Gabriel already. Come on. Thanks, Mike. Pickett and Gabriel for a day 3 pick. Okay, thanks. We'll get a 4th. All right, but go ahead, man.
I've lost my track of thought here. That threw me off completely. But last preseason was absolutely horrific.
Mm-hmm.
And
I sat through it.
I can't. I don't even know. It was so bad last year. Can we need to wipe that from the memory banks?
Get the dude wipes out. Just wipe it. Dude wipe it.
I mean, I like it. That's it was always kind of funny because you think, well, the Browns are rather, I don't know, they're kind of a shitty team, and then we've got
last year we were a shitty team.
Very much so. No,
yeah, we were.
I think they're going to be improved this year.
The
ceiling is 9 wins.
Well, and the thing is, too, the organization didn't panic. They didn't clean house. Everybody was expecting that, like the same old Brown stuff, just reached, and people were expecting that. And then when I saw the reports just before the Pittsburgh game, and I got on, I was at that snow game against the Steelers, And I was actually Johnny Cleveland was doing his. I joined him live from the stadium.
Okay.
It was just like, and I was showing him like the wind blowing and the snow was just starting to come, and you could see the flags and everything. I said, I don't know how anybody's going to kick a field goal in this, and I'll never forget like the first possession the Steelers had. They went for like a 48-yard field goal.
Right.
And we're all looking at each other. Even Steeler fans are like, "What's he? What? He's not going to make it." It wasn't even close. As soon as the wind hit that thing, it died and went to the right. And it was just like, we're like, Tomlin, what are you doing? And it gave us midfield position, and we ended up driving down. I'm not sure. I think we got a field goal out of it. We had like a 10-0 lead at halftime for that game or something. We had a very good first half, if I remember correctly. I'm just trying to say, but it was just like. But I remember just seeing as the game went on and the snow started falling and the people, and that was the same day when the news came down that Barry and Stefanski were staying. And
Right.
there's people that didn't like understand. Like, well, they were just like, well, we just want a form of stability. I said, well, they're gonna be back for their 6th year, so that's a form of stability.
Right. And it definitely was mind-boggling. The arguments of the people that would say, "Oh, we want stability," yet at the same time they're like, "Get rid of them, fire these guys," and complained about what Haslam did when he first took ownership of the Browns. So I'm glad that they've decided to stick with the plan,
Yeah.
and I think that if Haslam can let the football people do football things and assume he stays out of that, he should be concentrating on another topic we'll get to, the latest stadium stuff and all the development they're going to do. Again, I think that I think this is better that they kept everybody intact, especially after changing the offensive coordinator and now we're moving
We,
forward.
we geared the offense to Deshaun, and Deshaun was not. He just wasn't. He just. I don't know if it was between his ears or his shoulder or a combination of the two. He just wasn't playing well at all.
I think a lot of it was above the neck.
You think it was between his ears? It was his head.
Yeah, it was between his ears because you start to overthink things. Then you're not playing naturally like you always have. You're messing little things up, and your confidence just gets shot. And all this stuff happening to him, I can kind of understand it. I can kind of understand it or see it, and but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you're being paid a lot of money to do this job, and you didn't do it.
No, and it almost seems like, based on reports too, that he told them what they wanted to hear when they interviewed him and talked to him before the contract. He kind of played the game and got his guaranteed money. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know the whole story. I wasn't there. I'm not going to pass.
Nope.
It's. But the thing is, it's done. He's done.
Yes.
It's done, and we can move forward now. Now the thing is, more than likely, I would put money that we're drafting a quarterback in the first round next year.
Yeah, and I guess that unless one of the rookies were to absolutely blow us out of the water,
Which I don't think they will, but yeah,
right?
they'll
But
be on the roster next year. Don't get me wrong. Both
no,
Shador and Gabriel will be back next year. Yeah.
right. I'll just be curious to see really how this all plays out. I would love it. The ideal situation, which I believe we may have all discussed before, is if the Browns figure out that one of the rookies
hmm
is going to be the guy, is the next franchise guy, and then you can avoid drafting a quarterback in the first round, and you get two
Well,
studs.
as of August 15th, I'm saying that I could be speaking differently come January or February 15th on
Hey,
26. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. No,
Middle of January. I mean, 6 months from now will be the middle of February. It could be a completely different take because based on what we had happen over the season. It's a long season. We got a lot to talk about.
yes, we do.
All
Yeah.
right, here we go. Here we go. Let me see. Let me see. Mike's got some comments here. Let's just go here. Gabriel, please, slightly better than last year's preseason. We'll find out tomorrow when he plays. I'm going to watch him play. I want to see what he can do. I heard he looked good in practice this week.
Yeah, I heard it was a little bit better. They taught certainly.
It was
Actually,
10-3 at halftime against the Steelers. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, yeah.
oh, okay. And last year's thing. No, I think that everybody struggled the first day of the the practice with the Eagles, the joint practice. And
Right, Mike. You're right. That's
he
a good
looked a little
take.
bit better, but
Mhm.
we'll just see. Now, Lou, as of this afternoon, I know they were talking about there was still no official word on Gabriel actually playing as of this afternoon.
I haven't heard anything about it. I know that Shador was ruled out, which would make me assume that Gabriel's going to play.
Well, they were asking Stefanski on, and again, I think this is when they were talking to him Thursday. They said, "Well, wait a sec. So, if Gabriel can't go, is Huntley going to play the whole game?" And Kevin was trying to slither
I'm
out.
looking it up right now while we talk. Go ahead.
Yeah, Kevin was trying to slither out of a hold by Hoist Gracie, doing some Brazilian jiu-jitsu in the UFC. He's squirming around, trying not to tap out. He might have gotten saved by the bell to end the round, and he's going back to his corner and saying, "Oh, barely got out on that one." And I don't know. I assume he's going to play. However, another thing, again, I heard this afternoon on the local sports radio. They were saying it's supposed to be very hot and very humid in Philadelphia. Potentially, could that cause cramping? And if that's the case, how would that affect Gabriel?
It depends. Let's see. This is Tom Pelissaro
Okay.
2 hours ago.
Okay.
The Browns are cautiously optimistic QB Shador Sanders oblique could return to practice next week and play in the preseason finale.
Oh, that would be great.
That'd be great. The hope is fellow rookie Dylan Gabriel hamstring can start Saturday against the Eagles.
So
Right, that was fans rooting against Dylan Gabriel Sherwood. Okay, that's somebody else.
right.
Yep. Let me look at this. I'm looking at latest. All right. According to this, 27 minutes ago, Browns Wire,
Okay.
USA Today, Browns QB Dylan Gabriel to start versus Eagles if healthy.
Yeah,
I just read it. It said if healthy.
I got you. That's great.
Yeah. Then Nick Wilson says, Jay Peterlin preview Browns fans watching tomorrow's second preseason game with all eyes on rookie Dylan.
So, I would
Yeah.
venture to guess he's got to get in there. He has to because he needs to go out on the field
And
and show what he has to further the.
I think Pickett needs to play in the preseason too. I would think that.
Yeah, but he's definitely not playing this weekend, and I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. I think this hamstring thing of his is worse than maybe.
It's a waste of preseason game if Huntley plays the full game. I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah. I don't think Huntley will play. No, I think Gabriel's going to get in. I don't know if he'll start, but he'll get in.
I would think they would. I think that they would start him if they're going to play him. I think they'll start.
Browns are optimistic Dylan Gabriel will start Saturday, and that's opening day game. I don't know who this person is on Twitter. That was an hour ago. So.
Well, I wonder who their source is. Sources.
Yeah, let me just read. It looks like they tweeted an article. Let me see. It looks like it's from NBC Sports. Is that who I think it is? Okay, NBC Sports Pro Football Talk.
Okay.
Which is
Oreo?
Sharon Williams.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's a reputable source.
Okay.
That's a reputable source. We'll go with that. It's just somebody tweeting out somebody else's somebody else's story. But yeah, so that's a reputable source. So yeah, I just want to see a team that's ready to play and that can physically play. Does that make sense?
I think it's the mental, it's the physical. This team has lacked discipline. Not only the physicality, but the discipline. All the pre-snap penalties and such. That we can't have that, and so I am hoping that the more intense practices will have them set up for success and not making so many boneheaded plays.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, just say clean football, productive football. And Mike made a point in the comments too, saying that we went back to the offense that worked before what we tried last year failed miserably. It was terrible. The quarterback play was terrible. We could barely run the ball. We were on our third starting center by week 6. It was just a mess, and some of it was some of it was luck. Some of it was the fact that our kicking sucked too,
Oh,
because it was just there's so much that went wrong. I noticed we're wearing the same hat. We should have gotten the memo, Ethan. We're both wearing the same brownie elf hat. I like my hat.
I do. I love my hat. I really do love
Yes.
my hat. So,
So what? So I'm not making any win loss prediction tomorrow. Preseason to do that's idiotic. I like to see. I like the fact that we held Panthers last week to 40 yards rushing total.
yeah, and I mean, all the talk has been that Mason Graham is looking phenomenal, and
And Swessinger. And Swessinger.
yes, yeah, absolutely.
If we get Judkins in here and he's productive and a good running back, this draft class, including this Bond player, if this guy turns out to be a good player, phenomenal. Phenomenal draft class. I mean, you're talking about Dylan Sampson, Harold Fanon, Shador Sanders. I mean, God, what?
It can turn out to be a historically good draft class.
Knocking on wood, brother. Knocking
Yeah,
on wood.
if all goes well there, but
Yeah, it'd be great. Yeah, I see it. And the thing is, last thing we're going to talk about is the ODOT aviation permit that was held out with the stadium. Okay, this is the understanding. I just want to go back. People that might not be understanding, we're building a new stadium. It's a dome. It's being built in ground because it's close to the state, 80 feet in ground, because it's close to an airport. Now, before the Browns even started planning this, the Federal Aviation's Associated FAA administration, FAA, Federal Aviation Administration, the feds said that structure's fine. The height's not a problem with the air traffic. Today, the news broke that the ODOT, Ohio Department of Transportation Aviation, said they had to lower it by 58 feet, where there's already structures higher than that stadium's highest point existing today. So Daryl Ryder even posted something saying, like, this doesn't make sense. They've been working with the FAA on this. Where did this come from? And the Browns even came out and said there's already structures higher than what we're proposing to build. So they don't even know where this came from. So can I give you my take and I'll let you talk, Ethan, real quick?
right ahead.
I said this before the show. It looks like a state bureaucrat is being a dick. He's just being a dick. That's it. Some guy, some pencil pusher in Columbus wants to screw with it because he can.
Yeah,
That's
and
what it appears. Go ahead.
yeah, and I wonder if anybody in the mayor of Cleveland or Bibb or the Cuyahoga County Commissioner Ronayne were they channeling something, some back channel.
It's possible. I have no idea who this guy was that would have done this or why. And it was in a letter, and even it's going to get fixed. Don't worry, it's going to happen. I mean, it's like you ever try to get something done in your yard, and you got to pull a permit from the city, and you got this prick in City Hall that just wants to make your life difficult because he can. That's pretty much what it is.
Thank goodness I've never had to experience that. I don't.
Oh yeah, I had it. Yeah. We got to do this inspection. I'm like, well, get over here and do it. And it was so funny. The guy was like, "Well, I didn't know you were home. My car's in the driveway. My front door's open. You can see that my television is on through the glass front door." Yeah, I didn't think you were home. I was like, bullshit. I'm here. My car's in my driveway. You can see. This is when I lived in Garfield Heights, Ohio, and I'm like, dude. You can see. I'm like, get your butt down here and come here and inspect this thing for me. It's all it was. It was this guy he didn't want to get out of his air-conditioned car and do his job. But anyway, that's really essentially what it was. And Sir Yacht, I'm sorry, but when you commented on this story saying what a Browns thing to do, Browns didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
They haven't done anything wrong in this, so shut the fuck up. I mean, why shit on the team, dude? I mean, that's just. It's like, know what the hell you're talking about before you post stuff. That includes you, Michigan fans. People are celebrating cheating. You understand that?
Yeah. Well, first of all, Sir Yacht is all about finding low-hanging fruit, and all of his antics are absolutely ridiculous.
He can do whatever he wants. Don't get me wrong, but I have a right to say something if you put it out in the public. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I have no love lost with that guy. And I guess that it's just crazy. It's like, what does that even mean? Oh, it's such a Browns thing. I don't even get it. I don't get it. Yeah.
I don't get it either. I just don't understand because anything we do, well, it's the Browns thing. We signed a receiver with trouble, but the guy was falsely accused of something. The girl tried to extort money from him. Quidshawn Judkins. From what it sounds like, something did happen. He defended himself from her hitting him. He probably did hit back. To what extent and how hard, what happened, we don't know. But there wasn't enough evidence to convict him or even prosecute him because no court would convict him.
Exactly. No,
So what kind of evidence will the NFL look at? There's no witness to it. There's no video of it. We've seen Ray Rice knock a woman out in an elevator.
right. And I mean,
And
that
Kareem
was-
Hunt kicked a lady,
yep.
right?
So the optics sometimes aren't good, but sometimes also the optics aren't what they actually appear to be.
No, that's true. And and just to just shit on the team because what's the guy the Kansas City Chiefs guy, Rashid Rice?
Oh, Rashid Rice.
Rashid Rice. He's got problems too. So
Oh, yeah.
we're not the only team that deals with stuff like this. There's a lot of things like that in the NFL.
Right, because I remember when the Judkins news broke about him getting arrested. I know that our partner John,
Sue Chan,
had the stats.
Cleveland, Johnny Cleveland, yeah.
Had the stats on other teams.
Other teams, yeah.
And their
Vikings
numbers.
Vikings have the most.
Right, exactly. So yeah, it's like you said, crapping on your own team. Pretty much.
Because just because the national media does it doesn't mean we should. And just let the national media do what they do because they got nothing better to do. The only thing that would be more embarrassing is if we had male cheerleaders.
Yeah, that's that's kind of tough there. Kind of
Boy,
tough.
we get
but-
Stephen A. Smith talking about male cheerleaders. I don't want to see a package out there. Somebody's hair nutsack bouncing up and down. Don't want to see that. I want to see boobies. I want to see booty shaking.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I want to see.
Oh, okay.
Get
Well,
them cheerleaders talking.
Oh, as long as it's not like on The Longest Yard with the remake with Adam Sandler and the prison cheerleaders.
Oh, good Lord. That was actually, did you ever see the original one with Burt Reynolds?
I did.
Burt Reynolds played Paul Crew. Yeah, it was a long time ago. That wasn't as much of a comedy or as the Adam Sandler version, but it's a good movie. Yeah. Let's see. What do we got here?
Okay.
Yep. That's what we got. Yep. That's
Yep.
what we got, man. Thanks, Mike. Yep. People that are listening. Yeah, he's saying that we're basically he's requoting what we said. This was per Mary Kay Cabot. So thanks, Mike, for that insight about the Dylan Gabriel and Shador Sanders. Yeah. So yeah, I think on that note we can go ahead and wrap this show up. We're in an hour. Did you have anything you wanted to add? Go ahead and plug your stuff before we go.
Well, thank you very much, Lou, once again for having me on here.
Thanks for being on. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see, what do we got going on? Just stay tuned for new podcasts coming up here for Going Nuclear CLE, and also for the Best Doggone Podcast in the Land with Ethan and Heather. You can find it on Twitter at Dog DAWG Gone GONE Pod POD. So I know that's a long one there to spell it out, but you'll find us, or look under my profile. It's there.
I just got a cool Babylon Bee post
yeah.
saying Dallas Cowboys ask if fans can throw those green things at them like people do at WNBA games.
Oh boy.
Don't want to see that. What? Who's throwing that stuff? Damn good waste of damn good sex toys.
Okay. Lou, you're killing me here tonight. You're killing me, buddy.
Yeah, I could have done that earlier.
Oh my gosh. Wow, I'm glad you didn't, because you're
You would
killing
have
me.
peed yourself.
I might have. That's just it's catching me just right.
Well, the funniest part was when I did it and I was so loud and the door was open and everything. Like my daughter was like, "What's wrong with Dad? Like, what's wrong with Dad?" Like people thought I was having a stroke or something. Well, anyway, that Stephen A. Smith that I first did was just like
That was brilliant. That was,
it Well, do you remember there was before a Monday night football game and the Chiefs were playing the Chargers, and he was talking about Chargers players on the pregame show, and there was Chargers players that weren't on the team for like 2 or 3 years. He was talking about it was that bad. It was like, dude, do your job. Like your job is to be prepared. Yeah, I can't remember the exact what he said exactly, but I remember that happened last year, and I was like, wow. It was just like, damn. And there was another thing. Well, we talked about this. Todd Bowles. Did we talk about this with the Tampa Bay coach? They were heading to Detroit for a playoff game,
Okay.
and it was in January. And this reporter asked him, saying, "Well, is the weather in Detroit going to affect your game plan?" And
I
he
re-
kind of, he kind of took a step back and looked, and he said, "They play in a dome, so no. I mean, it might be coming off the bus and getting into the building, but we're going to be okay." And he kind of looked around like, is this just like he handled it very well and professionally, but my God. And then it was the worst part was some of the guys on, well, I'll just say who it was, Crawford and Adam the Bull on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show were bending over backwards defending this because the reporter was a woman. If that was a guy, he would have been made fun of. And the whole thing, yeah, he remembered that. Oh, yeah. Let's see. They say they play indoors. Yeah, they play indoors. But the whole thing was because it was a woman, they were defending it. And I'm like, dude, you're a professional reporter, no matter what your gender is. You have to be ready. You have to be prepared. You have to know what you're talking about when you go to a press conference, and you have to know what to ask. Even if you get one or two questions in, because you got other questions and other sound you can get. But at least have something in mind. At least know what you're talking about.
It makes it so much more interesting for the listener.
Yes.
I mean, they might as well be reading the vomit bag while I was, talking to them.
More planes, trains, and automobiles.
yes.
It's
Exactly.
like a chatty Cathy doll. Just keep.
Except you keep pulling on your nose ring. Okay, I'm going back down memory lane here.
See, the whole thing is have a point. Have a point when you tell a story. Just have a point. Doesn't have to be a good one. Just have a point. I mean, he just like lost it.
Well, yeah, between that and the whole thing about, let's just say you're not perfect. You fiddle with your nuts.
You play with your balls a lot. Yeah, you do more ball handling in 1 hour than Larry Bird does in a night. But Larry Bird was a NBA Hall of Fame basketball player with the Boston Celtics. Just so you know,
Larry Legend.
Yeah, Larry Legend. A lot of youngsters out there.
I know. Well, there it is. Boom.
Well, I'm gonna say, Ethan, thank you. It was a very entertaining night. Very entertaining time. Mike, thanks for the comments. Everybody, thank you for listening and joining us. Hey, we'll see the game tomorrow. I'll be back next week. Hopefully, I think Sherry will be fine. I think she'll be back. She just wasn't feeling good, and we're gonna be back. We'll be back here next Friday. We're gonna preview the Vikings, talk about hopefully Judkins signing and being in Cleveland, as well as Isaiah Bond, and God knows what else will come up.
You never know. You just never know in Cleveland.
No, you never know. And guys, always remember, hey, when the river burns, it burns brown and orange. Have a great night. Week when I was trying to end the show, and I just did the Oscars and started playing the music.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, yeah, shut up. We're playing the music. Just shut up. In a nice way. All right. Good night, everybody.